Right, as you're well aware, the Motorhome and Caravan Show at the NEC is going to be in February. And what we want to talk about, I want to talk about today, is the show. Is it going ahead? Do you think it'll go ahead?
Wait.
To say it's going to go ahead, basically. So I've got a couple of people here to help me with this. And I've got Shane from We Buy Any Motor Caravan. And he's just popped on. I don't know why he's popped on. Mark from the Caravan Place.
This is not popped off.
Hello, mate.
Hello. It's not on. It's been cancelled. Have you not been looking at the news?
No, it is on.
It's not. It's been cancelled. I saw a thing the other day. I'm running around, but I saw a thing the other day saying that the Caravan and Motorhome show, Motorhome and Caravan show, has been cancelled.
No, it hasn't been cancelled. The Manchester one's been cancelled.
Has it? I thought it was the NEC.
No, the Manchester one. You've just ruined everything, don't you? You've ruined everything.
Well, we need to get our facts right before we start blurting things out.
We did.
We did.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's going to get cancelled anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
No, it won't.
Of course it will.
Why will it?
Well, if they've cancelled the Manchester one, the next thing that's going to get cancelled is the NEC one. Guaranteed.
Why?
So what are they going to sell? What we're doing? Just going to look at like pictures of things. What are they going to sell?
Accessories.
There's nothing for sale. There's no new products going to be left by the time we get to February. Is it in February or January?
February.
February. What are they going to sell? What dealer is going to pay? And okay, I'll pay £1,500 per salesman to go and sell thin air.
Yeah, okay. So just to elaborate
Can you imagine the scenario, Mark? Can you imagine the scenario? We're interested in the Bailey Motorhome, right? We would like to buy it. You can have it.
Yeah. I mean, just very quickly elaborating on what
again. What do you want?
On what Mark just said. So what happens with these stands is you've got someone like Eldis or Auto Trail, and they pay for the stands, say, I don't know, £500,000. We're talking well into six figures. And then
just before you go there, Shane, just let's get the big picture here, right? Before you go into that, you've got the NEC.
Yep.
The Motorhome and Caravan Show obviously must book their slots years in advance, don't they?
Just wait a minute. I'm coming round to that.
Like a bull in a
Hold your horses. Anyway, so someone like Eldis will buy a stand will rent a stand for say £300,000, £500,000 it is for whatever it is for the show, and then someone like Marquis or whoever do new Eldis will pay 1,500 ish, might even be £2,000 now. I don't know if I'm stuck in the old days per salesman to be on that stand, and that's how they do it. Now, the problem is obviously Eldis, for example, haven't got anything to sell until probably 2023 now. But the organisers of the show who have rented out the NEC have paid a lot of money to have this show there, which I don't think they'll be able to get back. Which goes back to what Jason was about to say, is the organisers paying that sort of fee. So this might be a wrong number, but I think the organisers are £1 million into it that they don't get back if they don't have a show.
But they must have to book their slots years in advance, though, mustn't they?
Yeah,
because
which they'll have to pay a deposit on.
Yeah, you can't just ring up in January and go, right, can I book October the 20th for 4 days, please? It's like, well, no, Rod Stewart's playing.
Yeah.
So they
Would they have taken out, because of everything that was
insurance
happened? Yeah. Would they have now took out an insurance to cover the deposit? So now they can just literally turn around and go, well, look, we can't do it. But then would that only cover if it was COVID related, etc.? So,
well, I think they might have been lucky last year.
Did you try?
Go on. Have we lost him?
Did you try and take out holiday insurance a year ago, Mark? Oh, he's stuck.
No, I weren't going on holiday.
Stop moving.
No, what I was trying to say is probably last year, the NEC was the Nightingale Hospital, wasn't it?
Yeah, they were using it for different things, weren't they? Yeah.
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 But I think, like Shane says, it'd be difficult to take insurance out, wouldn't it?
Well, it probably wouldn't
I
cover
don't
it
think you'd get it.
for just literally turning around and saying, "Well, we haven't got nothing to sell, so I'm going to claim on my insurance." It wouldn't work, would it? In all fairness. But I think for them, they've got to look at it and go, "Well, why are we better off pulling out now and losing 50% rather than going ahead paying the 100% and we've lost all that money because we've got nothing to sell?" What are we actually going to do at the NEC if we pay all this money out? Are we just better taking a loss on our deposit and saying, look, we're better to have lost half of that than lose all of it, and we're not going to sell anything?
Yeah.
Well, let's
I mean,
take it from the bottom then. Obviously, the reps go to the show, don't they?
Yeah.
Now, if you're a rep going to the show, what does that say?
Well, I think I've said this before. Years ago, if there's a specific dealer that had ever turned up to a show, everybody would turn around and say, "Oh, they must be in trouble." But now I'm the other way around, where I'm sitting there thinking, well, if you need to go to the show, you must be in trouble.
Yeah, why? Why you get having to go to the show?
But equally,
we've missed a trick here. Do you know what we should have done? We should have brought and ordered 30 Aldises, shouldn't we? And not sold them.
They still wouldn't have been delivered. We wouldn't have got them anyway.
That's it. That's a Bursby bubble.
And because that's the other problem is people are ordering stuff and what they've actually ordered isn't going to be produced.
I mean, I said to Mark, I said to Mark already the other day, there was a specific dealer that I spoke to the other day, and I think he had around 60 last year, and that's what he normally gets per year. And I think he's had his cut to around 22, 23 for 2021.
That's frightening, that is.
How do these big dealers with like massive overheads, how are they going to survive?
Well, I mean, there was let me just come around and find where the notes were. There was a particular Eldest Majestic I was looking at pricing up the other day. It was pretty much a brand new one, 21 plate, 71 plate, somewhere around there. And I think the price on this equivalent Eldest Majestic has gone up about 12 grand.
From what it was.
For 2020, which for me gives an indication of where the stock levels are for them. Because if you can't supply them, then...
And that then brings
the price is going to go up.
For the dealers, why are you going to now spend 1,500 quid to send your salesman to somewhere where they can't sell anything because you've not got the stock? You're not going to do that, are you?
The only thing...
Oh, sorry, Shane.
Sorry, the only thing that I could potentially see happening is the likes of Eldest turn around and say, well, if you don't send your salesman there, then you might not get these few here. They might force them into it. I mean, I think that the show's still a good thing because, you know, there's a lot of people coming onto the market at the moment and they'll be looking at their next motorhome.
So the manufacturer's got to ask themselves a question. Hey?
Yeah. So they'll be back in 2 seconds.
It doesn't really matter, does it? Because we're cutting it anyway.
Yeah. What was you saying then?
They make the reps and the reps go.
Could happen that as well.
Well, that's what I was leading on. That's where the manufacturers have got a big decision to make.
Yeah.
Do they not go to the show and just forsake the deposit? Yeah, he's back.
He's back. I should have unmuted his mic when he went.
So this begs the big question then. A manufacturer's got to make a decision. Do they go to the show knowing they're not going to sell anything? And then obviously they're going to have to take their own stuff if the dealers aren't going to go for brand awareness. Or do they forsake their deposit and not go and wait till the October one?
I think literally just look at the Manchester show. It's what's just happened, and that is now NEC is going to be exactly the same.
Having said that, just think from a business point of view. If it's £1,500 per salesman, you normally send 4 there. Is £6 grand potentially worth it for the advertising for the show?
Not if they've got nothing to sell.
But you will do at some point.
Because the problem is, it's not like each individual dealer goes there and has got a big, massive banner and flag and saying, this is who we are. All it is literally the salesman walking around with a little badge on. And if he doesn't talk to the people and say, oh, I'm from such and such, we've got nothing to sell, but if you come and see us, in 2 years' time we might have.
No, hang on a minute. We're just talking about motorhomes. Is this the same with caravans as well?
Exactly. Exactly the same. Supply issue is exactly the same. So the parts and what have you is now probably not quite as bad because we haven't got the chassis. But we're still going to be in the same sort of boat. It's going to be exactly the same.
Now the other, just thinking out loud, the clever thing to do is to still still send 2 or 3 sales reps there, but actually get them talking to customers and try and get them buying.
But then again, as a customer, how can you buy thin air at the minute? Because if you're saying, "Oh well, I've got nothing to sell you now, but I can sell you a 2023." What's that 2023 going to look like? I don't know. How much is that?
Hang on, you've got another option I've just thought of. Do the organisers, to save face, then say, "Can you bring your models down and just pay your deposit?" Because there's still going to be a show, Mark, I think, but it might be more accessories, tents, or probably statics.
But then again, is the accessories there? Like awnings, try and get an awning. You can't buy the awnings. Try and just buy normal accessories. So it's the same throughout the whole industry, isn't it? It's not just the caravans and the motorhomes. It's everything.
It'd be quite funny going to the show when you can't buy anything.
Well, exactly. So it's not going to happen.
They will. Customers will still go to that show regardless of what's for sale there. They'll go for the £9 or whatever it is it costs just to go. And to have a look at the new models. Like personally, I want to go and have a look at some of the new models.
Yeah, it's a
because there's been a lot of changes when you look at how much a lot of these have gone up in price. I want to go and physically see where the justification is. Yeah, what for example, Swift Escape, what are you getting for another $9,000 of your money? Marble Vector K-Yacht, what are you getting for another $15,000 of your money? And so on.
I think that you should just look at last year's model and just imagine it's a lot more expensive, and that's pretty much what it's going to be.
Yeah,
Mark, you don't want to do anything. You haven't done anything for the last 18 months.
Well, no, that's the problem now. Then you get used to not having to do anything. You don't want to do anything.
Right, okay.
I don't think
it's been quite an interesting conversation. Me personally, I think there's going to be a show. The organisers have got some decisions to make whether they let the manufacturers go there just to showcase. Shane, what do you think?
I think there'll still be a show. I think there's too much money into it to cancel. And that's not just the show.
You've made a cracking point there, mate. It's £9 or £10, isn't it, to get in?
Yeah.
So there's a chance to make the revenue back. And like you said, I want to go. I want to go and see the different models. I've never got any intention of buying them. And I think people do. You're right there, Shane.
It is the one place where you can sort of go and figure out what layout that you want, what is going to work for you, what isn't going to work for you. So as a customer, yeah, great. It's a great place to go and have a look at. But from a business side, it's. I think if it was me and we were doing new, I'd be going, well, if I've not got anything to actually sell, and even if I have got something to sell, why do I want to go to the NEC and then get put against everybody else? And Harry over there is going to do it £500 cheaper. Well, why am I giving stuff away when I can't get hold of it? Why am I doing deals? I'm not here to do a deal. And that's what people go to the NEC for.
And in fairness, it's hard work for the reps at the shows, isn't it?
Very.
I don't think it'll be as hard this year. Have you got one of these for sale? Yes. All right, here's your money. Rather than going from one to the next, it'll be not. It won't be asking who's got the biggest discount. It'll be asking who's actually got one.
Do you know what springs to mind? On the trading floor at the stock exchange, when someone's actually got something to sell, and everybody runs, something to sell, here.
If I was a salesman, I'd have a board next to me with every bit of stock that I've got left. And I'll just put on that board. No, but do you know what I mean? If as a salesman, you just have a board there. This is what we got left in stock. This is the price. Just come and chat with me. If you want to buy one of these, there you go.
This is what we've got left. Oh, sorry, it's all gone.
Yeah.
After half the first day.
Shane,
But it's
you
not a
think there'll
bad
be
thing,
show?
though.
Think there'll be a
Yes.
show?
Yeah.
Mark?
No chance.
No. So it's 2 against 1. We'll see
Come on,
what
then, what do you
happens.
think?
I think there'll be one.
I don't think there will.
I think there'll be one just for people to go to because they're going to make a revenue from the admissions. Whether they do deals with the manufacturers
Yeah,
and the
but that's-
manufacturers have the smaller stands.
Time will tell.
I mean,
Oh, what's
there is already 2 or 3 dealers that have got stands booked and paid for. Like I said, the problem is with these big.
Do you think
What they call-
the European deals will turn up?
No, but they never really do in a February show
Yeah.
because it's traditionally been a bit of a nothing show.
Well, here's
Because
a question
October's
for
a
you. Then.
launch.
Here's a question for you. Have all the Concords sold up for 2022?
When I spoke to somebody the other day,
niche and Bershifts, the big vans, have they sold out?
yeah, but they only make a few
Well,
hundred a
not more.
year. They only make a few hundred a year, so you're probably going to be waiting several months at the best of times. You're probably going to be waiting a year for one in normal times. So you might as well forget them. But they wouldn't go to this sort of show anyway. It's too small. It's not a product launch or anything like that.
Right.
But
So-
I just think the manufacturers are too deep into it already to have to want to pull out.
Right. We'll see what happens then, eh? Okay. Everybody wave.
Bye, me.
Say goodbye.
Goodbye.